What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. It's Chicago street story time, man. We finna jump into a quick story real quick. Light your blunt up, whatever you gotta do, man. We finna talk about Adam Toledo. You know, he was a 13-year-old boy, 7th grader, one of the youngest people that the police ever killed in Illinois in a long time. Blah, 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 blah. They blicked him down. They said he had a gun on him. This story went viral all around the world. This was a couple years ago. You know, the reason this story is coming back up because the shot spotter technology in Chicago is like a system that pick up gunshots that's in the police there. That contract is ending because the mayor ended that. And it has something to do with Adam Toledo. So people wanted to know about this. So we finna get into this. This is the latest episode of Chicago Street Stories, episode 4, Adam Toledo.
Chicago mayor calls for calm after the city today released that body cam video showing an officer shooting and killing a 13-year-old boy. The teen's name is Adam Toledo, a 7th grader. The video is hard to watch.
He was a young man, 13 years old. He was actually on the west side of Chicago with another man named Roman, who the police said was a gang member, part of the Latin Kings. They also believe that the young man, Adam, who was killed, was a Latin King too, even though he was young as hell. You know, I know y'all find that crazy. He's in 7th grade, 13 years old, but shit out here, that's enough age to get your ass killed. But the police said he was a gang member. His family said he wasn't a gang member. The police said he was outside at 2 o'clock in the morning shooting guns with another guy who's a well-known, reputed gang member. And when he was shooting guns at cars riding past, him and this other guy, you know, a car ride past, they're looking there if it's black people in the car, if it's GDs or whatever, because they say they Latin Kings and GDs were in a war in this area in Little Village. They said that, you know, cars were coming down the block and they were shooting at the cars, blah, 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 blinking at the cars and shit. And I guess the shot spotter technology picked up those gunshots and sent the police right there. When the police came, they seen them. Roman ran away, but Adam Toledo ran towards like an alley, and the police chased him on foot. You know, they running after him and shit like that. They finally get up with him in like a backyard. He runs in the backyard. You know, they tell him, turn the fuck around. When he turned around, they blast him, blah, 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 blah. They say he had a gun in his hand. You know, a couple days later, the body cam video comes out, and this shows he did have a gun in his hand when he was running, but it looked like he threw it. You know, he tossed the gun. And the moment he turned around, he didn't have a gun in his hand. He wasn't armed, you know, but he was still shot and killed. You know, that shit had the city going ablaze. A lot of people was very angry about that shit when it happened.
Please stop! Stop right now! Hey, show me your hand! Stop it! Stop it! Shots fired! Shots fired! Get an ambulance up here now!
Especially the cop who killed Adam Toledo. He ended up not getting no charges on him or anything like that. He was on administrative leave for a little while, you know, but he was still getting paid and shit. But he didn't lose his job. The prosecutor, police, everybody tried to cover this up. You know, they said that Adam Toledo had a gun in his hand. He was armed. He pointed it at the police, all kind of shit. But a neighbor next door said that didn't happen. You know, Adam dropped that gun when he turned around. When that body cam video came out, you clearly seen that he didn't have the gun in his hand when he turned around, and he was gunned down, you know. A lot of people say, look, police chasing you and you got a gun in your hand. You throw it at 1 second. The police don't know you threw the gun. They fuck around and blick you down. But at the same token, some people say, look, a police officer is a hard job and he has to follow this shit. You can't just be killing motherfuckers who giving up. You know, sometimes you chase a motherfucker and catch him and he gave up. He gave up. But, you know, Adam, he was killed. You know, the prosecutor, police officers, and a lot of people in position told the story of this guy being armed trying to kill the police and shit. But that didn't happen. You know, the prosecutor was actually put on administrative leave too, because a lot of people believe she tried to taint this case, but she ended up getting above that, you know, and shit like that.
This attorney told a judge last week that 13-year-old Toledo had a gun in his hand when he was shot. But the body camera video shows Toledo dropping that gun less than a second before police fired.
The guy who was actually with Adam, who ran away, you know, like a community activist group actually bonded him out of jail. They said, look, we're going to bond him out of jail. Police out here killing motherfuckers and shit like that. You know, that's wild. But they feel like, look, those guys might be innocent. And the police came and just gunned them down because they were standing on that corner where I guess the shot spotter technology came from. Fast forward to now, the new mayor, Brandon Johnson, actually ending the ShotSpotter contracts. A couple of weeks ago, he went viral with saying he's going to end that deal. He's going to let that shit expire. And Adam Toledo play a part in why that shit is going to expire. He say, man, look, that ShotSpotter technology, yeah, it pick up gunshots and shit like that. Somebody might be shot on the block and the neighbor might not call. So the technology helps to still send the police there. But he also said, man, that ShotSpotter technology got police bailing out of cars like the Wild Wild West. They hear the technology, it send them a beep that it's a shooting on this block. Police bailing out the cars with their guns out. Get the fuck down on the ground. This might be innocent people out there. The shooters might have left already. These might be innocent people out there. And they coming on guys aggressive and shit because of this ShotSpotter technology. Feels like it's targeting black people and shit. So he ending his contract with ShotSpotter, and they use Adam Toledo as a reason why ShotSpotter don't work.
It has found that ShotSpotter system mostly unreliable and sends officers too often unnecessarily into predominantly black and brown neighborhoods.
They believe that maybe Adam and that other guy might have not been the people, shooting at people. Maybe they did have guns, but they might have not been the guys shooting people. And the police just came too aggressive on them. They came out there way, way, way too aggressive. Instead of chasing them down, arresting him after he dropped the gun, he was caught. They bailing out the cars, ready to kill and shit. And the mayor said he don't like that. But this was a crazy case. Adam Toledo case, it had national attention. Nobody ended up getting, any type of repercussion for this young man's death. A lot of people say he was a gang member, though. He was 13. They say don't get it twisted now because he looked young. A lot of people say this nigga was a gang member. He was out here shooting people and doing all kind of gang activity, and shit just caught up with him. I'm not sure. It is pictures here leaked to Adam Toledo that shows him throwing up gang signs and all kind of shit. But this one of the craziest stories that come out of Chicago. Shorty was only 13 years old, 7th grade. One of the youngest people Chicago police ever killed. I don't know. That's why I want to ask y'all a question. Do you think, police chasing you down, you got a gun in your hand, you running, and you drop it at the last second, police got to give you a chance to give up? I'm caught, shit, what the fuck? Or do you think running with a gun in your hand, you pose the risk of getting gunned down when the police get close to you? Leave a comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. But that's the last day alive of Adam Toledo.
Tonight, people walked through the city's Little Village neighborhood where Adam Toledo grew up, ending that right here behind me in the alleyway where the 13-year-old was shot and killed by police. Thousands walked through the city's Little Village neighborhood tonight, hands up, don't shoot, demanding justice for 13-year-old Adam Toledo, who was shot and killed by Chicago police.
We are no longer going to stand for it. That's why we're all here, because it takes every single one of us.
The fatal shooting captured on newly released body camera footage and surveillance video. Those videos sparking